Two, one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Stimulus UHC Season 1. This season is motivated to heal, and the game modes are this is a FFA, Best PvE, and Blitz. If you don't know what Best PvE is, it's where at the beginning of the game, all players are added to a list called the Best PvE list. When you take damage, you are taken off of the list, and the only way to join the list is to get a kill. Then from this, for every 10 minutes, the player will gain. If you're on the best review list, you will gain a heart, and it's added as a potential heart. And Blitz is the original version of Blitz is where every player starts on 2.5 hearts. However, to make this a little easier for everyone, we're having everyone start on 5 hearts. Now, Connor, will you please do the config?
Alright, so we have absorption off, horses are on, armor or horse armor is off, horse healing is on, the nether is on, strength is off, tier 2 is off, PvP will be at the start of episode 2, the nether border is 500 by 500, MU will start F6, heads are on and they heal 3.5, E-Pro damage is off, and the world border is 2k by 2k. And now for the players, we have obviously Jason Games and myself. We have Kai Smarty Pants, Sigalith, Sklopper, Andrew Craft 512, DJ Black, Ice Shard 11, Low Key Sin, 22 Scoops, X Cheshi, Nick B, Litton, and I think that's it.
Alright.
That's anyone.
Hope you all enjoy the season.
Your channel was edited.
Still my favorite UHC YouTuber.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the distortion.
Yeah.
User left your channel.
Oh fuck. Ah! Hello? Am I all alone now? Oh my god. Okay, let's just scrap what I just said there. Welcome everyone to Stimulus UHC Season 1. Juan. I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Oh man. This is a FFA thing where you start on 5 hearts and best PvE where you can gain hearts. Yay! Let's hope Cut Clean's on. It's not. I know it's not. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh my good gracious. Oh yeah, I told you it wasn't on. I knew it. I'm such a hacker. Look at me killing cows like it's nobody's business. Chop chop. Y'all getting straight fucked up. Okay, I need to check my recording to make sure I actually started a recording. It was recording and I wanted to make sure that I could edit out anything you guys might not need to see. We should be good to record the whole thing through. So yeah, I'm your host, Killer Keemstar, aka Dex Cheshi. That's me. I don't really know what to say, man. Solo commentary used to be my thing. When I actually gave a damn. XD! I'm so funny. Hilarious. I'm such a memer. Let's just, do it. Oh my. My frames need to stop being stupid. That'd be a great thing, You feel me? That'd be a great thing if my frames didn't, do stupid things. Oh god. Damn. Let's chop down some trees. Why not, right? Right? Am I right, memers? Let's get it. Alright. So who do we have in this little block game here? We've got Andrew Craft 512. We've got the DJ of the Blacks. James Games for the win. Kai Not So Smarty Pants. Nick DSMH. Where am I at now? Oh, never won a recorded round. Per Squawper. That one Pokemon. The 21 Scoops. Ice Shard L. Evan. Sin. I don't have a meme. XD. Where am I at? That gross Stitch. And Killer Keemstar. That's me. XD. How Bob Apple rates. Don't you say vanilla, I will disconnect. Oh, 1%, that's still pretty bad. I don't like waiting. Waiting is for quitters. Flint 75. Okay, at least Flint is okay. Man. I'm gonna go find some sugar cane. Some Norman Reedus. Alright, so I'm gonna turn this commentary into a complete spoiler of the whole Walking Dead series. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Alright, let's start it off back in the first episode of The Walking Dead. Oh boy. I'm probably not going to remember everything, so if you want to badmouth me, go for it. My comments are right there. Do it. No balls. No balls you want. Okay, so first episode. Is it raining? Oh my god. So the first episode, we've got this man. His name is Rick Grimes, right? Rick Grimes, and he's a sheriff, you know, the sheriff of this small town near Atlanta, Georgia. You know, and his partner, Shane Walsh, right? They're like best friends since like baby years, you know? They were like best friends, they both became police, law enforcers, you know, those things. And then they decided that, you know, they would go after these people who were not very nice people, you know, and then they got into like this like shootout, right? Like pow pow with guns. And then you know, Rick got injured. He was shot in the I forget where he got shot. I think like in the like lower chest, maybe like upper stomach area. He got shot, and it put him in a coma, right? So then, fast forward, I think it's a month or so, ish, into his coma. Or I think it's about like 2 months into the coma, he awakens alone in the hospital. And then he's walking around, and this fucking walker comes out of fucking nowhere, right? And just like, if you don't know what a walker is, it's a zombie, right? Okay, and he comes out of nowhere, and he like attacks him, so he's like, oh my god, what the fuck? And I remember this, there's like these doors in the hospital that said, don't open, dead inside. And then, yeah, that happened, right? And, Rick went outside, saw zombies and shit, so he headed home, right? He saw a bunch of walkers, and, like, he headed home to look for his son and wife. Once he got there and saw that they weren't gone, but he realized something that might have just sparked that he thinks that they may still be alive. He saw that the photo albums of their family were gone. So then he's like thinking, he's like, oh, my wife grabbed this shit, right? Alright, let's move over to, he walks outside and sits and looks at the guy, right? Like, at a walker and shit. I think he's sitting on, like, his porch, and then randomly, you just see a shovel smack him in the back of the head. And you're like, whoa, holy fuck, right? Okay, Litton took first damage. Nice, I didn't realize. Alright, continuing on with my story, right? So yeah, he's knocked out, and then he wakes up to see these two people, Morgan Jones and his son Dwayne Jones, in their house, and then they explained to Rick what happened during like the month-ish that he was out in a coma. So then like they go to the police station and get guns, and like they split them together, and then Rick goes off to find his family, but they split off with walkie-talkies so that they could find each other one day. So Rick decides that he went to Atlanta thinking that's like where his wife's parents lived, so that maybe they headed that way. And once he got there, he saw like the town was like empty. Like one of the sides of the roads was full of cars, the other one was completely empty. So he's like, "What the fuck?" Right? So fucked up. And then he ends up having a swarm kind of surround him, and then he sees like this tank, right? And he drops a bag of guns. His bag of guns just drops it on the ground, and he's hiding in the tank now after like getting attacked. Then afterwards, he well, this is near the end of the first episode. I'm not really going with the other perspective in the episodes, but I'm going from Rick's perspective, by the way, if you guys are wondering. Yeah, he's in there, and then he hears on the radio, like the little radio thing, I think this were his exact words. "Hey, dumbass, yeah, you in the tank," or something like that. And then he's like, "Oh shit," and then it cut off, right? Next episode, this guy on the radio helps him out, and you realize that this guy is Glenn. If you guys don't know who Glenn is, we're gonna explain a little more once I'm done, like, rambling. So Glenn helps Rick get to his group of people that were in the one of the stores, and Rick gets there and meets the group. So what do we have there? We have Rick, Glenn, Andrea, T-Dog, and Merle. I believe those are the only ones that were in town. So we start off with Merle and T-Dog, I believe, having an argument on the roof of the store while Glenn was out running around, and Andrea was in the thing. Yeah, they were talking and shit. And then Merle was like saying some bad stuff, right? I think I'm like, this is really far back. But one thing led to another, and Merle was handcuffed to the roof by Rick. Oh, wait, did it work? Yeah, I got 60, yay! Woo! Yeah, so Merle was left on the roof while they, like, were trying to get out, right? Get back to, apparently, their group that were a little outside of Atlanta. And Merle was handcuffed there, and then Rick decided that he's gonna go back and try to get Merle. And then T-Dog has the key, and he trips while running at Merle. And the key flies out of his hand, and it falls into, like, this drain thing. And then, like, they leave because they know, like, the walkers are on the way, right? And, so yeah, they leave, and Merle's screaming at him, right? Oh my god, he's mad. He's, like, pissed as fuck. He's like, "Oh my god, you guys are gonna fucking leave me," and shit like that. And then, oh my god, this is a ravine. I guess we go down the ravine. But yeah, he starts yelling, and then the group decides to leave, like, the ones that were with them. So, like, Andrea, Glenn, Rick, and T-Dog. I believe those are the only ones. If I'm missing anyone, I'm sorry. Yeah, and then they get back to their camp, where the first thing Rick sees is his son, Carl Grimes, about 10 years old. And this is where I'm gonna do a little bit of a flashback, right? Rick's best friend, Shane Walsh, was there with the group. Same with Rick's wife, Lori, was with the group there. But this is a flashback, and basically Rick's wife Lori and Shane believed that Rick was dead from the coma. Because when the outbreak started, Shane got to the hospital. You could see the whole flashback in the episode, and Shane did not hear a heartbeat, so he assumed he was dead. To which point he notified Lori, and that kind of devastated her. But since then, they've been doing the diddly together. Doing the legit diddly, getting it done, down, 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 right? And, yeah, since they've been doing the diddly, Carl has no idea about this, right? Carl is a 10-year-old, he doesn't really know what the hell's fucking going on. So, when Rick reunites with his wife and son, Shane doesn't look very happy, right? He's like, he thought he was gonna have a family with Rick's wife and son. It's kind of weird, but that's just how his brain was working at the time, and I guess that's just how he was thinking. And then one of the members of the group notifies them that Merle isn't with them, right? They know that Merle's not with them. Merle was left behind because he was being a fucking cock. And they say that Daryl, who is Merle's brother, will not be happy when he hears about this. Which, understandable. Your brother was left behind in Atlanta. I would have totally agreed with what he's gonna say, okay? So, in the meantime of Rick and Lori finally reunited, and Carl's there too, and stuff, I also need to explain who else is in the group, right? I completely missed that. So once they get back to the group, you have Lori and Carl and Shane, right? We've already talked over them, but we've also got Dale, who's an older man, who is kind of like the moral of the group, right? Or the morale, whatever, however you want to say it. And then, well, speaking of morale, there's Morales, who is there with his family. Andrea's sister Amy is there. Daryl, I was speaking about him. Jim, and I believe that might be it. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure if there was anyone else. Oh yeah, there was Jackie. Jackie, who was another member. Oh, and forgot a family. Carol Pelletier and her husband and daughter, daughter Sophia were there. So, Daryl gets back, I believe, the next day. He was gone hunting or some shit like that, right? And Daryl gets back and hears that Merle was left behind in Atlanta, and he declares that they're going back. Rick decides to go with him for two reasons, because he kind of felt bad, but the bigger reason was because he left a bag of guns filled with, guns, high caliber, really good guns. And he wanted to go back, so a group of them, Daryl, Glenn, and Rick, I believe, those three went. I think T-Dog went with them as well. And they went back for Merle, and they had a little bit of an encounter with some different groups. Not really going to go into that, it was very important. But they got to the top of the roof to see Merle had kind of bye-bye his hand, because he was handcuffed there onto the roof, and his hand was laying there, and the handcuff was there, bloody as shit. And, yeah, Merle was gone. Daryl got really pissed, and he was really, really pissed, you know. Understandable. I completely agree. He would be pissed. I would too. Hold on. I need to think a little more. It's kind of hard to think, right? Alright, moving on a little further. We've got right when they are heading back home, right? They're heading back to the RV that Dale owns, and that's where the whole camp is. They get back to hear screaming and gunshots, right? And they realize that Ed Pelletier has been attacked by a zombie. Or a walker. I'm gonna use the word walker. Did I just lose my water there? Shit. That was bad. I didn't think I could reach it, so I don't know why it kind of... Shit. Oh, excuse me. Oh, Andrew took damage. I already had boots. I'm cheesed. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the season's near its end, because the first season was only 6 episodes, right? And the season basically ends with the group traveling. Oh right, I forgot a death. The death of Amy, Andrea's sister. She was like mauled by a walker, and she died. And that's where like Andrea was like very like sad, and she was like crying over her body, and it was kind of like really sad. Like it's the first kind of like deaths you get to see on camera. But moving on from that, we've got the group. The next morning, we are without Ed and Amy, and basically Jim would like to tell everyone in the group. We haven't really met Jim that much. He's been a little secluded from the group, but he reveals to the group that he has a bite on him from a walker, which is not good because bites at this time mean that you are infected. Which just shows that Jim decides to stay where they are because they were going to leave, and Jim just decided that he's going to stay where they are. Moving on, Morales and his family, his wife and 2 kids. I don't know if I said... Oh, see you guys... Oh, wait, really? Well, the PvP timer, I don't know. Well, I'll see you guys next episode, I guess.